Hello guys, welcome to Synfurist. I'm your host. In today's video I would like to touch and explore the topic of the whole investment buzz within the Rolex brand and share my thoughts on it. What's on my wrist today? I am wearing a watch which inspired me to discuss this topic. A watch with a rich history in terms of investment, a term that majority of people like to listen about and also discuss. This watch is a Rolex Submariner date, reference 16610LV, so-called Kermit. I simply love this watch because of what makes it so different from a normal Submariner. Green bezel insert and maxi dial. I've got my comfy tracksuit on, as you can tell. I'll take you to the park to discuss the topic just about now. Now we are in the park, guys, so let's start this episode. So with all these watches and your life in general, you're here and now. Your watch is there with you, so why not enjoy it whilst you have it? This all investment buzz makes you stop looking at watches as watches, but a stock commodity that you trade on a stock market. From my own experience, stock market is a very stressful place where all of your emotions swing like on a roller coaster. For me, watches have always been items which were meant to cause a joy and enjoyment in general. The beautiful tick and tock sound of the mechanical heart, seconds, hand sweeping around the dial. Right now, watches are commoditized, so your enjoyment of a timepiece is measured by its monetary performance on a pre-owned market rather than its design or movement that's inside. Let's say you wear your investment watch. If you paid retail price for it and there are some signs of normal day-to-day wear, you still won't lose money on your watch. You will still be in the money. You could even send it to Rolex for a full service and polishing and new glass and anything you want, and yet you'd still make profit on the pre-owned watch market. I think the only scenario I can accept and understand is when you really don't care about watches and the only thing that is of interest to you is return on your invested money. You treat it strictly as commodity and you want to see a return in, let's say, 1 to 2 years. You are not bothered with wearing these watches and watches are not your genre. You only want to see your money back in few years time. If you are a watch guy and you are afraid of wearing your watch because you might catch 1 or 2 scratches on it, then in my opinion the whole beauty of watch collecting is ruined. It's really spoiled. Watches are one of the most wearable accessories that men can buy these days. There is nothing more sad than owning a watch which you were after for a long time and not being able to wear it because of psychological barriers and all the investment crap. When the time finally comes and your name is being called from the Rolex or Patek Philippe waiting list, the best thing can possibly happen is to buy the watch, size it to your wrist and then simply wear it. As for myself, I do appreciate pre-owned, discontinued and vintage watches simply because I don't care about all the investment value. Investment is the second important thing just after the design and ultimate enjoyment that particular watch gives me when wearing it every day or on weekends, depends. I buy a watch, wear for as long as it makes me happy and excite me, and then when I'm fed up with it and the time comes, I sell it to replace it with a new watch, so my whole timepiece adventure continues constantly and I just keep on upgrading and changing and yeah, whatever makes me happy really. The great example is my first ever Rolex I bought for myself. It was a Rolex Explorer 2, reference 16570, with a white polar dial. 2 years ago you could pick this watch up for around 3,000 to 3,500 pounds if you knew where to look. I wore it for a few months and then sold it for a profit. Can you guess what is the current market price of the watch now? It's up to 6,500 pounds depending on the year of the watch, whether it has box papers. I do remember this example being extremely unpopular amongst all the watch investment gurus. Right now, all of a sudden, everyone wants this model, hence the increase of the value. This kind of watches are my perfect sweet spot and I do recommend them to you. These watches can be worn every day, enjoyed, looked after, and then when the time comes, you sell them, usually for a profit. Yes, of course, you need to have some kind of knowledge of a market that you operate within. However, going through popular website that ends with 24 a few minutes a day will help you to build up your price confidence, so you know what to pay for watches that you are after. After all, watches are made for us to be enjoyed. There is a great dose of sustenance out of ownership of a proper watch. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Please let me know in the comments below what you think about this topic. And for now, please like, subscribe to Synfuturist, and stay tuned for more. Bye!